Good afternoon, everybody. It is meteorologist Ainsborough forecast here, guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your Sunday afternoon, guys. Again, another week of NFL football. I'm really excited about this. But yeah, guys, we're gonna be doing another update on Tropical Storm Humberto. We did a video on this yesterday, and it actually is really intensifying a lot faster, and it actually did get a whole lot more organized than yesterday. Yesterday it looked like an invest, but now it actually looks like possibly a hurricane. There is a possibility it could become a major hurricane and make a landfall on Bermuda, which will be a huge threat here, and that's why we are keeping a close eye on this. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. It really means a lot when you do. It really helps out my channel. Be sure to also like the video if this informed you or helped you out. And also, if you have any questions below, leave them in the comments so I can answer them. But without further ado, let's get in the video. So we are going to be looking at now the 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook here. And as you can tell, we actually have a new system right here in the Atlantic with a 70% chance within the next 5 days. But again, we're going to be keeping an eye on Humberto in this video here. And again, it did pass the Bahamas. It did bring in some tropical storm force winds for the Abaco Islands and the Grand Bahamas Islands. Good thing is it wasn't as bad as Dorian, obviously, and it did actually not make direct landfall. Went like just a couple miles east of it. But again, it still brought in a couple inches of rain and also some storm surge issues. But here we have Tropical Storm Humberto with maximum sustained winds at 55 knots or 65 miles per hour. So it has strengthened a lot since yesterday. And the minimal central pressure actually has gone down a whole lot. Last time we checked, it was at 1,005, not to 997 millibars. So again, it is getting closer and closer to hurricane force winds, and also with the minimal central pressure you usually see for a hurricane. And again, with this central pressure going down, it is getting a lot more organized, and it is moving still at north at 7 miles per hour. So again, it looks like it will hit the, obviously it looks like it's going to hit straight through North Carolina, but it's going to be taking a little turn with the, just based on the high pressure system, and possibly go in the area. So again, if you guys are asking if it's going to hit the Carolinas, there is a very, very, very low chance it does even hit the United States. So here we are looking at the satellite imagery right here. And as you can tell, if you guys saw yesterday's video, it's a lot more organized right now compared to yesterday. We did have this, this was the second cloud cover area right here. This was the second cloud cover, and actually somewhat split up with Humberto. Kind of, this is what it looked like yesterday, kind of like a big system like this. But it kind of split up. As you can tell, there is a space in between these big cloud covers, so that's why it is looking like a lot more organized. Again, here we have Humberto. It's actually it's actually pretty big, decently pretty big. It's about maybe about the size of half the size of Florida. So yeah, it is a very it's very strong tropical storm, as you can say that, and it is very big too. Kind of looks like a Category 1 hurricane, or at some points a Category 2. And we also do have a lot of rotation right now. You can really see these bands circling across the tropical storm Humberto, especially right here is where we definitely have a lot of rotation. Again, we are seeing these clouds continuing to move more north as it rotates and rotates, and we will start to see possibly maybe some cloud cover going surrounding the Georgia and Florida coast. But again, no big issues, not even tropical storm force winds. Again, we should see the center when this eye, it should start to form right here. So this is what we're gonna have to watch out. Again, we are seeing some dense cloud cover right here, so that is a possibility. As it moves north, it will form right here, so that is possibly where the eye should form. Again, slightly moving 7 miles per hour to the north, so we are again seeing these bands continuing to move as they rotate. So again, it's basically just a lot more organized. It really does look like a tropical storm. It really just looks like a system that you see in the Atlantic. So again, I'm kind of still surprised how much it changed in the satellite imagery compared to yesterday's update. So now we're going to be looking at the cone and timing right here. And again, we are going to possibly see a hurricane by today. If it does become a hurricane later today, I will definitely have a video out on it. Again, it's saying possibly become a hurricane about maybe 8 p.m. today, around 9ish, or in that range in the late evening. So again, this is possibility where we could have a hurricane. Again, here we have the tropical storm force wind extent. So again, all the tropical storm force winds have left the Grand Bahamas Islands and the Abaco Islands. And again, just no tropical storm force winds whatsoever for the United States or any areas really, except for the ocean. within the next 1 to 3 days, we should move it. We should start to see it maybe speed up a little bit, maybe into maybe 10 miles per hour. Again, it's not going to be really it's not going to be in place like Dorian. It's not going to be stalling like that, really. So if you guys are wondering if it will stall, and if it does stall anyways, it really won't be a huge threat. It might bring in a couple additional inches for the Bahamas, but again, it's continuing to move to the north at 7 miles per hour. By Tuesday, tomorrow, we should actually see a Category 2 hurricane. There's a possibility we could have a major hurricane for sure, but NOAA right now is not really going to really say it's going to become a major hurricane right now. There is a possibility. The intensity guidance does show it becoming Category 3, but again, right now NOAA is maybe showing just Category 2. By Thursday, we should have it make landfall on Bermuda. It's looking like it won't make a direct landfall. It might just go just north of it. Again, we still need to watch out because it can definitely change in path. It can go north, it can go south, it can go kind of east, it can go west, and then it can go east. So yeah, it could possibly just surround Bermuda. With Bermuda, it's always been a kind of struggle seeing if it will hit Bermuda within the past years. But based on this, it looks like all the models are going just north. But we should still expect Category 2 force winds, maybe even Category 3 with Bermuda. And I think we could see an eye wall go over Bermuda. I just don't think we're going to see that eye really go over it. So now we look at that. We're going to be looking at the model tracks, and this is just updated right now. Again, so we are not going to hit the East Coast whatsoever. So if you're on the East Coast, you guys are good right now with Humberto. And again, here the track guidance, it's showing possibly taking that northeast turn very soon, and then continuing to move north. Again, the models aren't too close to Nova Scotia, obviously, but we should possibly see some impacts for the eastern part of Nova Scotia. We're definitely seeing a possibility of maybe having a close call for Bermuda. Here's Bermuda, if you guys are wondering. It's right here. And again, the models, we have no models going directly over Bermuda, but again, we have these models that are very, very close right here, within at least 30 miles off. I don't know exactly how much each square or each area in this map is, how many miles, but again, it's awfully close, especially the AEMI. That's definitely a lot closer. And I think we have seen a shift in the models move a bit more to the south, so it's a possibility that the models are getting closer to Bermuda. But right at this point, we can't say anything right now because it's still about 3 to 4 days away, which is based in Atlantic is a long time for things to change. So here's the intensity guidance, and this is all new, updated, right? This is all new, refreshed and everything. So again, here it is. Here it is at 55 knots, right here, and it is possibly going to be getting to a Category 1 within the next possibly 12 to 20 or 30 hours, basically. So again, it's possibly going to be very, 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 very late today or early tomorrow. Again, usually with this system, right now this system, it's in between tonight and tomorrow morning. That is the window of becoming a Category 1. And again, most of the time we do see a delay when it becomes a hurricane. Some of the models, when it does become a Category 1, some of the models do show maybe just staying right there, the Category 1, not really intensifying, just sticking there for a good amount of days. But the other 50% of the models do show rocketing through Category 1 and possibly becoming a Category 2 for sure within the next 48 hours, where we could have a Category 2. And then again, there is that possibility for a Category 3. More models have been favoring a Category 3. Yesterday we had about 3 to 4. Now we actually have about 7. So that is a big jump. And we even have the UKX2. And we have the EGR2. Sorry, guys. And even the AVNI, which has been mostly accurate this year. I'm not going to say they've been accurate every single time, but they've been a bit better than the past couple years. So again, there's a possibility for sure. It's a 100% chance, or let's go with a 90% chance for becoming a Category 1. And then we have that possibly 40 to 50% chance for a major hurricane, which wouldn't be it's not good news for Bermuda. Here we have we're looking at the European model right here. Here it is, possibly strengthening at 57 knots here. by tomorrow, it will definitely be strengthening, possibly again to a hurricane for sure. We're going to be reaching 73 knots, and as we continue on, it will start to again. This is where we start to see it slow down a little bit, and then within the next 2 days, it starts to speed up. If you guys are wondering where Bermuda is right here in the center of this circle. I want to keep it there for you guys can see it. Again, here it is. It does weaken just a little bit, but it does strengthen a lot faster. Now we get it to 89 knots, and it's going to be reaching possibly Category 3 force winds at 124 knots. Again, look, there's actually a possibility we could actually have tropical storm force winds just off the New York coast. So again, it's going to be a very big system like Dorian. It got like 3 times bigger. And that's what we're talking about right here on Thursdays, where we could have a not direct landfall, but we could have this possibly make or the eye wall go right over Bermuda. And as you can tell, Bermuda is in the center of this circle right there. And it's possibly experiencing within 110 knots here. Again, the eye is just north, but you can tell it is in these. Bermuda is in this color right here. So it's still going to be getting affected by the eye wall. And then as it moves north, it actually will move out of Bermuda pretty fast. Within Friday, it will be gone. And then by Saturday, it does speed up. And then again, it does bring those threats for Nova Scotia. Like I mentioned earlier, we still, without a doubt, might have to worry about some more tropical storm force winds in Nova Scotia. Last thing we're going to be looking at is the radar. GFS is actually just updated. As you can tell, they're still getting the updates. It still has not gone to 384. It just started updating about 30 minutes ago, so this is brand new. Again, here we have it at 994 millibars. So again, starting to get a bit organized. Again, it does actually get very organized though at 971, and then it moves in the direction of Bermuda. If you guys don't know where Bermuda is, again, I know I don't. It's actually kind of hard to see it. It's right there, and again in that circle. And then here you have it, the system getting to 969 millibars. As it gets closer to Bermuda, it does possibly not weaken. It just gets a little bit less organized as it goes to 977 millibars by Wednesday. But then there's a huge change. It goes straight to 960 right before landfall. So again, there's a possibility it strengthens right before landfall at 958 millibars, and then again, Bermuda is in this very, very dark color. So at this point, you can't even see Bermuda at this point. Again, it's not in the eye. It's possibly just maybe the eye wall. Again, the GFS actually is favoring a bit more of landfall than yesterday, because if you guys saw yesterday's video, it went like this, but now it's kind of like this. So again, the models are possibly showing it maybe going a bit more south, and then by Saturday, it's way out of the issue for Bermuda. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot. And bye, guys.